Yo, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the SBP. I don't know where you are, but it is raining like cats and dogs here in the 804, at least where I'm at. It don't matter, though. I'm your boy, Prime Source. What's good?
Yeah, man. The rain. It's about to be, I don't know, sleeting or something for the rest of the day.
Snow.
So looks like not quite what we've been in over the last month or two, but still some inclement weather around here.
Yeah. As long as we don't get what we got a few weeks ago, I'm good. If we gotta, they talking about some snow. I think out this way like 3 p.m. maybe later or whatever. But maybe that later this evening and maybe going into the early parts of the morning. I don't know when. And if it's got to happen, it's got to happen. But as long as we're not getting that ice that we
Yeah,
had out here, I'm good. I
the
can deal with everything else.
the freezing, frozen over, frozen tundra out this June for weeks on end. I was like, man, if the snow don't go somewhere, couldn't get the temperatures up enough for the snow to go away though. It was still
That's the worst
15,
part
20,
about it.
25 degrees.
Waking up and it's like it's 25 out there and feel like 12.
Yep.
Like beyond ridiculous, man. So, but it ain't matter. Whatever I got to deal with, I deal with it tomorrow. Not dealing with it today. I will not be setting foot outside of this residence
Dang, that's good. I might
today.
I might have to get some food or something at some point.
Now,
That's
Cole was like,
eat
let me
my
write this
feelings.
down real quick. I said, you could if you want to go, but if not, we don't need a lot. I said, a couple of things we can use. I said, I can Instacart it. I mean, but I mean, I know we right down the street, but
Yeah.
I, I'm not going out there, bro.
I don't think we have perfected this empty nester thing.
Right.
Cause it ain't never nothing. I be in this joint. I don't know. You know, I'm without a car a lot of times because
Yeah.
the youngest has the other car, so she can get back and forth to school from their house.
Hmm.
So I'm often stranded. I know Instacart is a thing and all that. I get that. I just can't see. I can't see myself doing it. I can't see myself doing it.
So you got to perfect it. So too, because they can get you if you're not. There's a markup on depending on where you shop at. Like, so you might end up paying an extra dollar, maybe $2 in some instances on some, I don't know, bacon or something. Now certain places, if you look like Food Line don't have markups.
Really, of all places, the one
Yeah,
place that I do not like, Food Lion, would not. That sounds all right. But go on, please go on.
yeah. I'm not a big Food Line guy either. I'd gotten away from it, but they were the only place until not too long ago, unless they just stopped making it. That had still had the instant pack of oatmeal with the raisin spice joints. I
Your
was
joint.
having to struggle finding them joints anywhere
Yeah.
else. Then after a while, now I don't can't find them there either. So I don't know if they just don't do them. I don't know what the deal is, but Food Lion doesn't have markups in a couple of other places. Now I know you know where I live, and you might be like, Prime, you gonna Instacart, and you live right down the street. Sometimes I'm lazy. You know what I'm saying? And this depends. Like we do pay the monthly. I think is it what we pay $10 a month. I think it is. Ain't no more
Oh,
than 15. I think it's $10, whatever. But the delivery is free. So all I gotta do is spend $10. If I spend $10, they're gonna bring it for free.
you pay $10 so that you can have free delivery. You pay 10. That's what you're saying. You
Yeah,
pay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They don't. There's no delivery charge. There's no delivery charge if you got that membership. They hit you monthly. It's either 10 or 15. But we buy enough groceries.
Mm-hmm.
I work a lot, and then sometimes, and then some of the stuff I've been dealing with, like with my back and stuff like that. It's like sometimes I just don't feel like if I got to do a lot of shopping.
Yeah.
The back affect the legs. My legs be tight. I don't feel like standing up in this joint the whole. Like depending on when I go. I live in Curriton. I might go when it's easy peasy. I might go and everybody and their mama in there, and they got
Yeah.
3 lines open, and then I'm like, man, I do not want to stand. So it just depends.
Gotcha.
It just depends. So it's not a everyday thing, but we do it enough. I mean, we do
Mm-hmm.
it enough to whereas we can make things shake, make things happen.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she ain't got to go out there and deal with it. But it is what it is. So I don't need a couple of things. Maybe she gonna step up there. If not, I don't need that much. I got just enough. I can get in the drop, bring it here for free.
Come on, Nicole, do it, do it. Can she hear me? Oh,
She
she can.
actually was walking went to the kitchen, I guess. But yeah, man, it's Instacart is a crazy thing. If you use it, it can definitely be to your advantage. You're looking out for people who's trying to make that extra change too. But then if you're lazy like me, you may or may not um, decide to use it. So a day like this, when it's raining, you watching sports, you might need some chips, some beer, whatever, and you don't feel like getting up, or especially if you're in the middle of a game. If you're in the middle of a game watching something and you don't want to get up and you realize that you're running low on dip, chips, whatever, and you don't want to miss anything, then yeah, you can go and place that Instacart order and they can bring it to you. They will bring it to you, and you ain't got to get up to miss nothing. So that is something, just something to consider, man, for those of you who use it or don't use it, man. So, but
She
yeah,
got me. She got me. She must have heard me, huh?
no, she didn't even. Yeah, man. So it's gonna be what's gonna be. Shout out to everybody out in. I was gonna say the 804, but I imagine this is everywhere in every state right now across the deal. They got up early this morning. To all you hockey watchers out there, I'm not the biggest hockey guy, but I know the United States was playing for that medal today against Canada. And I caught wind last night. I'm searching through some of the groups that I'm in, and people were asking, "Is anybody opening up at 8 a.m. to show the hockey game?" I saw they got the hockey joint tomorrow. Sure enough, like quick, fast, in a hurry, man, it was like tons of bars. We open, such and such opening. Gus is
Oh,
on
did I?
bars. These people were opening up early uh, in the morning. 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning for
Wow.
folks to come out to the prospective bars to watch the game. So,
I'd be like,
to
y'all pay $10 now, and then I just want to make sure y'all gonna show up because I ain't going out here. Y'all don't show up, then I'm open at 8 o'clock for no reason at all. Like, why would I do that to myself?
I can say I don't know how everybody else joint looking around Richmond. I can guarantee you the couple of joints over here jumping. I looked
Yeah.
out the window and Sunday mornings it's lazy around here. It's lazy
Mm.
around normally. So just a few cars missing. I'm want to bet everybody ain't go to church. There's some people that drove up the street, Gus's and there's a spot over in Scott's Edition. A couple of those places said they were showing it. So I imagine
Right.
now I see some people places in Chester and Ashland was showing it too. But they show up at source. They show up too, dog. They show up for when they have the like the soccer, like the World Cup and all that.
Uh,
Some of those same places open up,
yeah.
mad early. I think you and
Okay.
I were on the show one time, the last time they had one of them joints, and I remember while we were on air, the soccer game was going on, and I remember
Mm.
people were taking pictures, and I saw down at Gus's again and all this. Yeah, I know Gus's had a nice crowd, mad early.
Okay.
So ain't nothing wrong with an omelet and some beer, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. Ain't nothing wrong with a beer. Whatever.
Shout out to everybody checking us out in the chat. The man, the legend DB is in the house. My brother, what's going on? DB said, "What up, fellas? Prime looking studious." Source with the fire T. He always got the
Appreciate
fire.
it, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Hey, I got you. I got you. We you know the process. You know the process. So I got you on the two jumps.
Hey, yeah, DB. Sometimes, we get up there and hey, sometimes the eyes work good, sometimes they don't. So, I'm good on
Said
I'm good on the long
studious,
range. It's that close up, bro. That close up get a little blurry sometimes. So,
studious, looking studious,
studious prime.
studious Maximus,
Bad old man. But
prime
yeah,
studious. Yeah,
prime studious. Add that to my list of alter egos, right?
that's it.
Oh, youngin, I had a youngin in my job, and he's 19. That worked for me. He asked me yesterday. He said, "Man," he said he just going around the store asking everybody what their rap name was. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I said, "I don't have a rap name now." I said, "I get the years ago." So what was it? And I told him all this. He's laughing, everything funny to them. But yeah. Then when they asked a girl that worked for me, I don't even know if she listened to rap. I asked what her rap name was, but yeah. So he was around getting rap names and giving everybody else, giving them names that you ain't had one. So
He was bored. Okay,
Yeah, he was bored.
I ain't mad at him.
Yeah. Well, you're young, and so every between stops and stuff like that, you're gonna catch him before he get in the truck. He's gonna be in the mirror doing a TikTok dance or something. So
Yeah.
every time, look, I ain't never seen somebody, my boy, go on his lunch break, go get a McChicken sandwich and a drink, and while he eating the McChicken and the drink, he practicing a TikTok dance.
Wow. He serious. He said, I'm going viral. I don't care what none of y'all say. I ain't mad at him.
Hey, the man DB know what I'm talking about. He said, I got mine on watching this right now, my brother. My man. he got the joint. I got the readers on. My man DB say he got his joints on too. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out to Cuzzo. He can't see either, so it's all right. I don't know
Oh,
if he
you already
anything.
know I know. I appreciate that, brother. That man probably saved me from giving a too big a tip. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
It won't.
I thought that was a 10.
Well, I didn't give you $100 tip in the
There you
bill,
go, 100.
and it won't but $22. You know what I'm saying?
Make a video about you. You gave me $100 tip. No, I did not.
He say, man, so you blind? Man, ask me, you blind when you come to reading them close? I'll be like, De La So. I be. Yes.
I am I be. I am I be.
I be. No doubt, man, no doubt. Hey, man, but shout out. We're going to be on some hoops we're going to talk about today, man. We ain't going to be on too long today. I don't know. I got to find me some things to watch. You got a good women's basketball game on, though. I guess it's going to be good. You got Ole Miss and South Carolina supposed to get it on.
Yeah,
And I think later, not as hyped. I think Michigan and Iowa play today too later. But anyway, the iPads and the TVs and stuff will be in full effect as we progress through this messy weather. But anyway, man, first thing I want to talk about, man, we're a little late to the party, but it ain't never too late to talk about it because my man is still out here doing, being invited to shows and podcasts, and he's still talking about it. And more recently, it's my man Chris Paul was on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Melo and them talking about the end to his career, and he got into a lot of deep things about his talks with the Clippers and things that happened throughout his career. And I thought it was pretty dope. I always thought Chris Paul was pretty dope, but it's just kind of strange to me that we're going to finish out a full year with Chris Paul not going out the way I think that he should have gone out. You know what I'm saying? We were looking for the tour. Was the end, city to city, his last stop here, Clippers showing him love, in the place that he probably should have been. He had his best years with the Clippers. But it didn't go out that way, man. The man got knocked around, shipped around, and also got sent home. You know what I'm saying? So it's mad crazy, man. But what's been your thoughts on this whole process, even coming into the season and even now, the way that Chris Paul went out? Like, is it strange to you? What's your overall thoughts, man?
I think it's definitely odd, but I wonder if being liked it has any relation to this whole fiasco. I mean, like by your teammates or by I don't know about the organization, but by your teammates, because not everybody loves Chris Paul. Like
Right.
I think that's well established.
He's an acquired
So
taste.
and he's done some things that other people like. I don't like this guy. Like that's just what it is. I mean, and just fans in general. But even with all that said, you can't take away from his effect on the game, his greatness as a player, uh, especially how he came back from a few years ago, and we were looking like, man, he might as well he washed up. They had sent that man to OKC, only to come out that joint and crush,
Yes.
and bring them people out to out the dire straits that they were in. So we saw that happen. We saw his greatness, of course, in different locations, New Orleans and LA. Should have been a Laker, but that's another topic. But it is what it is, I guess.
Right.
And there is such a thing as holding on too long in this type of field
Mm-hmm.
where people wanting you is part of you being able to hold on. I mean, if they don't want you for whatever reason, it is what it is. But we've seen the younger players ain't rocking with Chris Paul as his approach uh, as much at this point, especially when they can go back to the. And I don't know if they do this, but they can go back to the. You ain't ever. I mean, okay, you play well, but you ain't never won nothing. So how you gonna
Mm,
tell me? How you gonna
mm,
tell me? And you ain't ever won nothing. I'm over here at least competing for whatever, however they
right.
want to feel it. So different angles to this thing.
Yeah, you never know, man. You never know. Between, as you mentioned just now, these youngins and the way they even just take the coaching nowadays. Much less a veteran who some may consider to be washed or washed up in some instances. But you're perfectly right, man. You're definitely right about the players not liking. We've heard the type of the relationships he's had over his career with some people. Most notably when his first stop. Remember when he was in with the Clippers and it was him and DeAndre Jordan definitely didn't get along. And they say it was
Right.
some other players too, but he and DeAndre definitely didn't get along. Even though when it came down to DeAndre possibly leaving, they say he was the first one at DeAndre door. So he was the one that actually staged the city and they took the man hostage.
Yeah, but
Apparently.
one day in Dallas, it was in Dallas, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Went to the joint and held DeAndre Jordan, held him hostage. Like,
Yeah,
man,
you ain't leaving till
you
ain't
need to
nobody
take
leaving
this.
till you sign it.
This is what we doing here. Don't get it twisted. Don't get
Sound
it
like
twisted.
the basketball version of the Godfather or something. I don't know if they have any Godfather for real, but it sounds like it.
Make you a deal, an offer that you can't refuse. This is how this is going down. Um, but yeah, man, you just wonder. You just wonder. I'm pretty sure that he definitely played a part in the people's feelings on it. Did you hear any of his interview on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Melo?
Not a single clip. As soon as you started with that, I was like, oh, I'm not well versed on what the conversation was.
Well, we'd heard things through other outlets, but Melo, of course, that's his boy. They boys. So, and they sat down, and Melo could relate to a lot of what Chris Paul was saying because remember Melo getting sent home when the people pretty much told him
Yeah.
his services was no longer needed. So Melo was there for it, and he kind of reminisced on some of his stuff too. But the shocking part to me is, I guess his is Chris's relationship with Ty Lue. And the reason I say that because we know Chris can rub people the wrong way, evidently. We've also heard that Ty Lue can rub some people the wrong way, right? But they seem to always been cool. Like I can go back and see, but they seem to always be cool, always had a respect for each other, whether they're on the same, with the same team or not.
Right.
But apparently now, I guess they not cool because he mentions in the exit interview. They said Lawrence Frank, who's the GM, comes up to him and tell him that pretty much his service is no longer needed, right?
Hmm.
And they were going to, thinking about trying to do some other things with him, trying to see what's out there, whatever. And they was going to ship him away. And he was just like, well, can you give me a meeting with Coach Lue? I need to get with Coach Lue. Can I talk to Coach Lue about certain things? Say Lawrence Frank told him, it was like, no, I can't get you that. Just feel free pretty much to go on home. And I'm like, dang, that's cold. But he also mentions during the interview that when they sit down with them that the assistant coaches was kind of talking and they didn't even want Chris Paul to get given advice to any of the other players on the team.
Yeah. I've
I'm
heard
like,
that. Yeah. I've heard that.
woo, fire. Like it's like this whole situation got crazy. And you
Yeah.
think about they brought Chris Paul back because you think about this is it for him. He's pretty much made this gonna be my last year. Bring him back, show him some love, with the fans there. Go out here and chase this thing. And it just didn't turn out good. He ended up getting shipped to Toronto. And Toronto had already told him then, and we're pretty much, you ain't got to report. We just doing this thing then to make this whole situation work. You ain't got to report or whatever. He had been sitting home ever since.
Mm. It's sad, it's sad to see. But I mean, I don't even know what to say because it is sad to see. I mean, I can't really argue that, but it goes back to what I was saying about young players and well, the same idea anyway. Not that it goes back to that, but the same idea as young players, and we ain't trying to hear what he's talking about. We're not trying to hear what he's talking about. Also, I'd imagine, I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on Chris Paul, but I don't think I don't think I like him as a person as much as I did in the past.
Right.
So leading with that, I mean, it might be some good information, or it might be the presentation of the information to the young player. It might be discouraging. I don't know how he talked to people. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's we need an insider. We need an insider to to get us some info. Who was the player that got scooped up and like in their first game they addressed the team on the sideline? Who somebody
Not sure.
that we say is a little off. This was within the last 2 years, 2 3 years. Somebody that is as not looked at as being sane, maybe or maybe a little wild, and I don't know. They had a team huddle. Something was going on, and they jumped in the middle of the team huddle and was addressing the team as if they had been there for more than one day. I can't remember who it was. I
Was it?
cannot.
It was with the Clippers.
No, no, no. I don't remember who it was or
Okay.
what team it was. It was somebody. I don't know. Somebody in the chat know. Maybe they'll say who it is. I just keep picturing that. Even though
It
Chris
does
Paul,
sound familiar. Yeah.
even though his resume and his whatever may allow for more leniency, but
Right.
still the same thing. It goes back to the same thing. Ain't nobody trying to hear what you talking about, bro. Ain't nobody trying to hear what you're talking about. It was probably that in OKC, to be honest. It just worked
Yeah.
out.
True. True. Man. I'd never. And I agree with you. I've always liked Chris Paul as a player. I don't. I don't know. I don't know if I could ever be homies with him though. It's like he seemed like one of them dudes. You know, you can tell by him, and I'm sure it's like that with all the people that he gets along with, because he mentions that him and Kawhi are really close. He talks Kawhi all the time, and he mentions some other players that he's cool with, and a lot of veterans. But you can tell between him and but he and Melo's relationship, it's funny. It's one of them ones like we boys, but it's gonna always be a lot of, you know, shut up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And all that. And he never lets up on that. He never lets up on that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how he is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. I can imagine him and Kawhi being cool because Kawhi might not say nothing. Also, Kawhi ain't worried about what you're saying. Kawhi ain't worried about what you're talking about for real. So it probably don't affect him the same as it does normal people.
Yeah. Yeah, they asked him on the show. They was like, I was talking to Kawhi. They was like, well, not Mellow old boy was like, Kawhi talk? He was like, yeah, Kawhi talk.
Yo, when Kawhi was smiling at the All Star, excuse me, at the All Star jump, I was like, what has happened? Did I miss something? Has the injury like changed this man's perspective a little bit? Like, is he skewed? Like, because he was out there killing them people, boy. He was out there killing them people. But yeah, he smiled. I was like, what is going on?
Wow, man. And I'm thinking about this too. I tell you what was crazy. It's cold and crazy, but right, all at the same time. Says that during his talk with Lawrence Frank, they did tell him, "Oh yeah, we're gonna hang your jersey. We're gonna hang your jersey. We're gonna do all that. You know what I'm saying? You can go home. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's all over, I'm like, imagine having that conversation. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hang your jersey. Your jersey gonna end up in the rafters, but you can go on home.
If there was a movie about Chris Paul's experience within these last 3 to 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
it would be called No Country for Old Point Guards.
That's wild. That is wild. That is wild. Hey, maybe. Well, I don't know how much time Draymond got left, but they was the little short time he was over in Golden State, but maybe they can start a joint with a grumpy old man or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That joint be
you know,
fire.
that was the name of me and Doc's second album. If it ever got finished, it was
Oh,
called
really?
Grumpy Old Man. Yep.
And speaking of which, our subject, and you seen the movie, right?
I actually, I don't think I've seen No Country. Which one? Oh, Grumpy Old Man.
Grumpy old man. It's two of them.
Yeah,
Like
Grumpy and then
grumpy
Grumpier.
old man and grumpier old man.
Yeah, I think I've seen the first one, but it was a long time ago. I don't really remember it. I know it's Walter Matthau, right?
Yep,
And
Walter
is it
Matthau, Jack Lemmon,
Jack Lemmon? Yeah.
and Margaret. Yep. Hey, not a bad Sunday back to back watch if you bored and not have anything to do.
Prime is always ready for a theme, but
Yeah,
if nothing else,
it's about things, bro. I told you with me, it's about things. It's about
I ain't
things.
mad at it.
Watch my movie. If I'm gonna be in the house all day, I gotta have me at least a back to back or a back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? That's got me in some type of, you know. But last time I watched Grumpy Old Man, it was the same day, so not a bad watch.
Gotcha.
For a little laugh though. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. This whole Chris Paul thing is crazy. And I was talking to one of the homies. He always called me OG, but we about the same, man. He's an OG to me. You know what I'm saying? He always talking hoops or whatever. And he was like, yeah, man. He says, you think Chris Paul is probably the greatest Clipper, even though he ain't one. And I thought about it, and I said, they hanging his. He probably is. I mean, if you think about the Clippers over the years, I mean, what are the biggest names? You had him, you had Blake, Kawhi's there. I mean, Paul was there, but
Who?
the Clippers.
Bill Walton?
But did Bill do his work when he was there? Like we talking about when they was in the uniform,
I just see him in the uniform.
I think before you name Bill Walton in that mix, you probably go with Bob McAdoo. Bob McAdoo had better years.
Bob McAdoo.
Clippers. Danny Manning was drafted in like 88, I think.
Oh, Danny Manning, that's a good.
Danny Manning had some good years. And I'm gonna be honest, this might sound crazy. He might be like, folks might be like, Prime, you insane. But I'm just talking about in the Clipper uniform. Not the greatest Clipper, but before I name Bill Walton as far as a Clipper uniform, I'm gonna put my man Mr. Hannah's one of my favorites in a Clipper uniform, just as notably Jamal Crawford. I'm talking about a Clipper uniform. Of course, he ain't do it. He's not Bill Walton, but I'm
Elton Brand,
huh?
Elton Brand, where did Elton Brand play?
Elton Brand played for the Clippers for I don't know how long.
Okay, I was like, I know Elton Brand was. I'm not saying he was good. I'm just trying to think of Clippers like off the top of my head at this point.
Yeah, I would think, them are the ones that come to mind to me. But Bob McAdoo, definitely.
Blake Griffin.
A lot of, I mentioned Blake.
Oh, you said Blake. Okay.
Yeah, I think Blake was the second person I named. I definitely mentioned Blake. We can argue between Blake. Blake don't have the career that Chris Paul had, though. I mean,
no, you're right.
So I would probably go Chris Paul, me personally. Then maybe Blake. I mean, between Blake and Kawhi, I don't know. We had the dunks with Blake, but I don't know. But Bob McAdoo got to be in the mix, for the older heads. You know what I'm talking about. That he was decent with the Clippers.
Reggie Theus.
My man. Yeah, every time I see Reggie though, I be thinking about Chicago. Now, and my man Curtis Blow said in our Crush Crew, that just don't sit right with me. That don't sit right with me. I ain't big on anything Chicago. Chicago Bulls. Anything Chicago Bulls. I ain't got no problem with anybody else. Blackhawks, Bears, it's all love. Sky is all love.
When I see Reggie Theus, I think Kansas City Kings.
Yeah.
He's the only person I think of when I think Kansas City Kings. And
right.
Two, I thought you were going to say my favorite Reggie Theus is Reggie Theus on that TV show. What was it called?
Oh, what was
when he was the teacher?
Yeah. Hold on. What's the name of that?
I thought that's what you was going to say. Was it there was Wildcats? No, that's not. I'm seeing Wildcats like across the jersey. That might not even be the right. Now I got to look it up. Let me look it up.
You got me looking now.
Reggie Theus, was it Reggie Theus TV show? Hang Time.
Yeah. Okay. I remember. I wouldn't have thought about it, but now I do remember. Oh, Reggie King. Out here still coaching, doing his thing right now. They were on TV the other day.
Wait, where's Reggie Theus?
It was at I believe it was at HBCU. Let me look it up. I was on HBCU.
Oh, where?
It was on the other day. Yeah. Well, it says, yeah, okay, here we go. Currently serving as athletic director and head basketball coach is Bethune-Cookman. Yeah. I was flipping the channels and there was an HBCU game on the other day. And they were playing another HBCU, and I'm mad at myself because I can't remember who they were playing. But the other coach was a former NBA player too, somebody we know, and I can't think of who it was.
That's dope. I love that.
Probably think about it once we're not on the show. But yeah, it was maybe early. It was either the end of last week or either beginning of this week that we just passed. So,
dope.
Yeah, man. But shout out to Reggie, man. Shout out to Reggie. Man, DB say CP3 wants to be mentioned with players like Melo and Kawhi, but he's not their equal. His ego is bigger than his resume. Don't get me wrong, he can play, but he's not a great. Interesting.
DB probably think he could have D'd up.
DB, I believe DB could take him.
I think DB probably think he could D up Chris Paul.
Hey,
I can get a couple buckets on him.
He said, "Don't make him go back and pull that old Springer jersey out." I'm telling you. You can pull that jersey out, meet Chris Paul in his yard. Chris Paul got a basketball with him outside courts.
Gotcha.
He got an inside joint too, but he does have an outside court. I've seen him play on it with his son. Yeah, so DB be standing in the driveway. Would he bring his own ball? He bring his own ball with him.
I see DB with the ball under his arm, standing there.
Hey, yeah, man, it's just crazy. He does mention though that of course, like a lot of former athletes, they mentioned that he at least would get time to spend some time with his kids and all that. He did mention that he never got to see in person any of his son or his daughter's games. He said, of course, you have stuff like AAU and all that stuff. Certain things like that, but as far as just like regular games, he said during his career, he never got a chance to see any of them in person. He coming out. DB say he coming out East End style on Chris Paul, bro.
Slap the floor, Tommy Amico.
I like it, my man. But yeah, man, what was that? 21 years. Second all time in assists.
Second to who?
What's the name still in the league, right? Ain't Stockton in the league?
I just wanted.
Oh, I was going to say, did I miss something? Yeah, I think John. Now you got me looking up. I'm make sure I'm not going crazy.
No, he ain't first. So.
I ain't go to the list right here. Yeah, of course. Yeah, John Stockton, 15,806. And then look at the drop off.
Yeah.
This joint almost like Emmett. When I tell people, I said, I don't know if anybody how long it's be. They're going to keep making a 20-game season for somebody to catch Emmett, right?
Right.
At this point, like Emmitt Smith, with the gap of the active players as far as they can catch him. Look at John Stockton. He had 15,806. Chris Paul retires behind him at number 2 with 12,552.
What?
You got Jason Kidd.
Top 5. Yeah.
Jason Kidd, 12,102. LeBron James is active at number 4. He's 11,838. So this man, great day. Was it 4,000? 4,000.
3,000 to get ahead of Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul. I'm just talking about John Stockton.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Stockton.
But yeah, between LeBron and John Stockton, it's about 4,000.
Gotcha.
Steve Nash. That's your 5 right there. I'm trying to see who's the next active player.
Next active.
So we got Mark Jackson at 6. Okay, so Russ, but Russ is just at 10,000, bro.
Yeah, I was saying ain't nobody else close.
Oscar Robertson, Isaiah Thomas, Gary Payton. James Harden is number 12 at 8,709. And then to find the next active player.
So you got Russ and
Hey, Kyle, you gotta go to 19 with Kyle Lowry. That's 7,100, bro.
Yeah, man.
Matter of fact, you going to so Mike Conley is at 25.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Mike Conley.
67. That's 6,000 right there. Kyle Lowry, I say, is at 19. We know Kyle Lowry is pretty much done. Yeah, bro. Stockton's joint may never be broken.
A lot of these records may never be broken.
What you say?
I said a lot of these records may never be broken.
Oh.
I'm
just thinking just to get a shift of somebody to jump into the top. Well, now I will say top 5, but Russ is less than 200 away. Depending on less than 200 away from Steve Nash.
How you gonna get there though?
Or 200 away from Steve Nash, about 200.
I guess he could catch him.
I mean, it's a possibility, but other than that, nah, bro, it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Wow.
Yeah, but Chris Paul, heck of a career, up and down. He had the failed Laker trade. Where we heard so many reasons was the real reason why they didn't let it happen, just for him to end up at some point in LA, just not with the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. Disrespectful.
Yeah, so I know you ain't like that.
I didn't.
I know you ain't like that at all, man, at all. But shout out to him anyway. But like I said, you get a chance, check out the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn joint. It's not super long. Check it out. I'm sure he'll be. He mentioned on something I saw he's going to be on somebody else's podcast soon. But yes, to hear the stories between him talking about the moments, what happened right after the fact when he got low, and also the interaction between him and Melo after the situation happened with Melo, and a similar situation with Melo. Some good stuff in there.
Now I did hear that. I did see that. So I did see the one clip about the getting the airplane and all that.
Yeah, getting the plane and all that stuff. Yeah,
that's all I saw.
Yeah, man. So pretty dope. So salute to him. He's probably gonna be. I can definitely see him if he chooses to do some coaching. At some point.
Brian? How don't nobody want him to talk to nobody?
Well, I ain't say he's gonna be in the NBA.
True, you didn't. You didn't.
I didn't say NBA. I can see some other things where starting off as an assistant somewhere.
That's fair.
Yeah, you can get away with a few things on different levels. You feel me?
True.
Only thing about Chris Paul is it's so easy for players to transfer in there. He be to piss somebody off quick. Number 2 recruit in the country come to your school. Chris will piss him off. He in the transfer portal after one season.
Mm-hmm. That seems fair. Seems logical. High school, middle school, Chris. Start out in middle school. Yeah, man. They got bad attitude. You got a bad attitude.
Son's team.
They're gonna be beefing.
Bad, Chris. Yeah, I would do that to you, but you did some of it to yourself more than likely. But I mean, still, he'll go down. It's gonna be a Hall of Famer, and they like Lawrence Frank said, they're gonna hang his jersey, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is, man. Shout out to him. Speaking of some of the old school stuff, I'm gonna sneak this in really quick. We were talking about TV, but we were also talking about some of the old. I mentioned Bob McAdoo. DB even mentioned something about the greats, right?
Right.
Have you seen? You got Amazon Prime, right?
I do.
Have you seen this?
I have not. Whoa.
Dog, fire. I
Is
ain't
that
even
why
made
Dr.
it.
J is running all over the place on doing interviews and all that?
Hey DB, if you in there, man, you might appreciate this, my guy. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on Prime. I discovered it. I discovered it Monday, I believe it was, and I've watched 3 episodes. The docu series is dope, man. It's about the old ABA days. You get a
Yeah.
full breakdown from everybody that was involved, pretty much,
Okay.
about the whole ABA and them going against the NBA. It's crazy talking to former ABA and NBA players. I mean, it's fire. Some of the most notable TV personalities and columnists, like Bob Ryan. Bob Ryan is on there. They talk to Rick Barry. Rick Barry is, I ain't never know Rick Barry was that hard to do. Rick Barry don't give a about nothing. Like Rick Barry, like one of them dudes who like start an argument in an empty room. You don't care what you think. Like with Rick Barry, of course, the person I should have mentioned first, Dr. J.
Of course.
Of course,
I mean,
as
he's
you
right there.
see right there, and it's narrated by Common.
Colin. Oh yeah, he got to deal with Amazon Prime because he does the song. He did the song. I mean, he got golly, he getting a bag from the people. Anyway, yeah. Soul Power sound dope though. It sound dope.
It's home, and when I tell you they get deep, I didn't realize it was like deep like that. The competition between the two, stealing each other's players, offering the ABA being able to offer players certain things that the NBA wasn't allowed to offer based on certain rules at that time. People getting mad. I'm surprised there wasn't no mob hits between the two, man. It was ugly. The fights. I didn't realize they was throwing hands. They was fighting almost every night.
Yeah, he was fighting on the regular on that job.
Them players did not like each other, man. How they did Spencer Haywood dirty. Like it's
when he went to the NBA, you saying?
Yeah, the whole tug of war between him saying he could go, he couldn't go. How his contract was made up. He was only gonna make this certain amount of money if he did this with this company, which he knew was gonna be BS because it was crazy, man. The ABA versus NBA All-Star game, and everybody just knew the NBA was gonna beat the brakes off the ABA, and it was competitive. I think the NBA only won by like 5 points. And the dopest thing when hits home, dog, is the fact that the Richmond Coliseum, before they even started, you said welcome to Richmond something, but there's a picture of the Coliseum from the outside. They hit you in the heart real quick when they show that. Then they footage in there with Dr. J and them and the Squires. But trust me, man, when you get a chance, you're looking for something to watch. I'm just on the 3rd episode. But all three, third episode, I saw the first 2. I saw half of the 3rd, then I cut it off because it was late. I was getting tired, so I'm probably gonna start that episode from the beginning. But the 2.5 that I've seen, fire. And you learn some stuff, and then you remember some stuff that you knew that you just don't think about anymore. Yeah, man. So 5 years. So, I hadn't run across a good documentary, in my opinion, since you and I did the NYC, the point guard.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah,
This joint is fire. Good history right here, man. So check it out.
Cool.
All right. Next up, Steph. Did you happen to hear Steph's comments about the 3-point contest next year? Is he coming to the rescue?
Did he make a comment, or was it the Dame post? I read that Dame posted. Maybe that can't be true. Dame ain't posted that man conversation, right?
I don't remember if I didn't hear him say it. Let me say this. I'm just going by everything that I've read. But supposedly Steph is saying that he coming back next year.
Yeah.
And with Dame in it, he gonna bring Clay with him. Some people say, why are you bringing Clay? Clay won it. Clay got a victory under his belt. And I say
bring the shooters.
Yeah, and I say to the rescue, I don't know if it really needs rescuing, because we know what needs rescuing is the slam dunk competition. Right? I don't know if it needs rescuing, but this would definitely make it even more enjoyable if Steph come back out there and do his thing.
No doubt.
I need Steph and Dame again. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be fun. I guess, to me, you brought the dunk contest, so I'll say it real quick. the dunk contest could go away, and it's not going to matter. And I'm not even a hater of the dunk contest, but I didn't even watch. I don't even watch the dunk contest
Nah.
anymore. But I don't care about regular, like, I've heard people talk, well, regular people dunking and get regular people in a dunk contest. I don't care about regular people dunking. I don't care how crazy the dunk is. Like, sometimes I'd be like, oh, okay, wow. But regular people dunking is not a big deal to me. Because if you can't hoop, I don't care. I don't care. You're going to have a 3-point contest with people that can stand behind the line and just shoot from the 3-point line? I don't want to see that. Not nobody wants to see it. Maybe somebody does. I don't want to see none of that. Because if they can't hoop for real, the point is NBA hoopers, people that can do the stuff. Let the dunk contest go though. They can let it go. But yeah,
Oh,
bring
yeah,
Steph. I'm not mad at
I'm
that.
with you. Well, a lot of people ain't see it because a lot of people, as we mentioned last week, didn't realize
Right.
they was doing this joint at like 5 o'clock in the evening. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like 4:30. But I'm with you on that. I don't even care about the dunk contest at this point. As far as I'm concerned, you want to make it better for me. If you're gonna keep the dunk contest, do the dunk contest first and get it out of the way.
Get that out the way.
Why don't do it first?
Stop trying to hold on to it being the highlight because it's not.
Yeah, do that first. Then let's do the skills competition, and then let's do the 3-point competition last.
I have a whole other idea. It just hit me just now.
What we got?
We got the 3-point competition, but then we got the 2 to 3 steps behind the 3-point line competition.
Ooh,
That could
you
be
talk,
something. That
now
could
you
be
talking.
something.
Now you talking. And you
Let me
know I'm
send
gonna
it.
add to it as well because I'm
Come on.
always gonna advocate for the ladies. I'm always gonna advocate for the ladies. So this is my thing. You do the 3-point competition,
Right.
and let's do a 3-point team competition too. You
Ah,
get one NBA player, one WNBA player, and y'all in teams, and y'all go
let,
up against another team of that's what I need. Give me four to 16.
let's add to it. Let's add to that. Now, my first thought when you started saying it, I thought you were going to say from the same city, but it's limited cities
Yeah,
that
that would be
have both. But if there's a draft, if there's a draft,
Woo!
you
Yes,
have eight, 4 men, 4 women that draft from a pool, and boom,
fire.
boom, they pick their teammates.
That's fire. That is fire. We're gonna write the league when this show over.
Let's write the league. Yeah.
We're gonna have to
Just
write the league.
matter of fact, just take this whole clip and tag the WNBA and the NBA. I mean, if there is a WNBA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let us pray. Let us pray.
We already making plans to go, because my mother-in-law didn't get to see Angel Reese last year, and she loved Angel Reese. So we already trying to lock in and get to DC again to
So I
see.
love Angel Reese too. A lot of people love Angel Reese.
Yeah, but my mother-in-law loving Angel Reese is just,
Y'all gotta take her, man.
yeah, exactly.
Y'all gotta take her. That's got to happen. That's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's got to happen, bro.
Agreed.
Book it. It's got to go down. And while we mentioned the ladies, let's jump over to Unrivaled.
Ooh,
Unrivaled, which
best
when I
thing
both
smoking.
love, has been fire in his second season, man. And I'm enjoying everything that's going on. You got the matchups has been fire. I think that a couple of the teams. I wonder why they put a couple of those teams together the way they did, but I don't do the picking. But other than that, everything has been dope. That from the 1v1 competition to the other night, Angel Reese coming back and playing really well. Angel looked good in that first game back. Fire. Did her thing. Of course, in my opinion, they got robbed.
I was about to say.
They got robbed twice. They did the Kalia Copper joint, and then Angel that was a clean pick, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't even understand the Kalia Copper, Joe. I don't understand because she got tripped.
Yeah, and she get they call the joint on her.
How I found somebody that's behind me. I got tripped. That was crazy. I thought that was crazy. But then the Angel ripped that joint.
Yeah,
And
she
the ref that
did.
called it was on the other side on the backside of her body. So how could
Mm-hmm.
they really see? They just assume.
Exactly.
They just assume, and that was the end of the game because the next play, you know,
Yep.
Mitchell got ain't doing that 1-on-1, and
Yeah, man.
you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's rap. That definitely was a rap. Um, but yeah, man, I think so far, bro, I think this season has been fantastic. I know a lot of people were worried at the beginning because they were talking about some of the numbers were a little bit lower. I mean, you should expect them to be lower because a lot of the people beginning of last year um, wanted to see what the hype was about. It's something new.
Yeah,
We were still riding a lot of waves. The new interest in women's basketball and all that. So of course, but man, they've been showing out, man, and nothing bigger than when they did this stop in Philly. Over
mm,
21,000 people at
twenty-one
this stop.
thousand.
That's
Love that.
crazy.
Love that.
It's crazy.
And I'd imagine it's gonna be the same or bigger when they head to DC, not DC, to when they head to NYC for
Mm-hmm.
the semifinals.
Yes,
Because that's
indeed.
crazy. They just announced that they're going to NYC for the semifinals of this playoff series. So that's just like what 2 weeks away, maybe.
Yep.
Um, so that what's
Yeah,
today? The
this is
24th.
last.
Yeah, two
This
weeks away.
week coming up is the last week of regular season. So
Yeah. So the semifinals will be in 2 weeks, and it will be in New York. That joint will be crazy.
man.
People gonna show up for that joint. People gonna
Oh,
show up for that joint. Fat
oh,
Joe better be there. He had everything else. Him. I know Spike will be there.
yeah. You need to be there. You got to be there. So shout out to him. I wonder if your boy gonna make that trip on over. He ain't from New York, but I gotta give him love though. Shout out to Boosie. Boosie had been to Unrivaled. He be stay at the college game. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Boosie be out there. So shout out to Boosie for showing out the women some love, man.
for
He
sure.
is a fan, so of the women's game. Um, but yeah, man, I'm just loving everything about it. The one thing, did you when you looked at the rosters when this thing started, was there a team that you immediately thought was going to be good, a player or a player whose team was going to definitely be good? Because I'm not gonna lie, off top, I thought the Breeze might walk through this thing. You know,
See, that's what my daughter said. I can't
yeah,
remember
with Paige,
which one said it.
my girl Dom showing out, dunking on folks. Dom out there. Um, Brinks defense. She been a little bit of a liability offensively, but defensively, you know,
Okay.
Rakia. Shout out to Rakia Jackson. Love that she's back. I was a little scared that said we're not gonna see her the rest.
Yeah.
Understandably, the rest of this, and she came back strong on them people
Busy.
last night. 22 points.
Yeah. 22-4 or something like that.
Uh-huh.
She got busy.
They were balanced yesterday.
Yeah, man. Paige. That's a dog. But yeah, my one of my daughters. I can't like I said. I can't remember which one said it. But they were like, the youngins on. No, they're gonna be nice. I was like, yeah, they'll be nice, but I would think these veteran teams to be able to. Nope, not necessarily. Not necessarily. The breed is tough. The breed is tough.
Yeah, they sit at number 4 right now at 6-6. So we know. So with the addition of the squads now, so I think 6 teams going to get into the playoffs now. 6 of the 8. So, but there's after their win last night, they're sitting there at 6-6, so sitting in the 4th spot right now. And a game behind them right now is the Rose.
The Rose, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Rose sitting there in that spot. And the point guard. She ain't going out. She ain't going out like that.
Nah,
So it's
not
gonna be.
easy.
Yeah, but that Phantom, let me tell you something, man. That Phantom squad,
Phantom tough.
yeah, both them and the Laces, both of them tough, honestly. Both of them sitting there at 9-3. Uh tied, well, both sitting at 1-2. Phantom holding a tiebreaker right now. Um,
From Friday night.
yeah,
Was it
yep,
Friday?
yep. They're on a 5-game win streak right now. Great day. But that Phantom squad, Boston, Plum, Kiki, Tiff Hayes, like,
Kiki.
woo,
Yeah.
they out here doing work, man. I think if it's 2 players that I've probably been proud of more than anybody during this Unrivaled thing, if you really seeing their growth, it'd be Kiki. And I gotta take my hat off to Aaliyah Edwards because you really get to see, like, Aaliyah Edwards can play,
Right.
but she has really shined this year in Unrivaled.
Yeah, she had a
Especially
double double, man.
especially when she gets in there, when somebody's in five. But she I gotta take my hat off to both of those ladies, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw the way Aaliyah Edwards beat Stewie last year in the
Yeah,
101. Like she
yeah.
ran off the floor real quick.
Whew.
Um, I think that opened some people's eyes, and then the way she's played this year, on top of that, that raises her value hopefully in the W as well.
Yeah, then of course I knew, and I was cheering for the Breeze at the beginning, and I still am. But I was like, if I did look at a squad that I knew was going to be tough, I knew it was going to be the Laces, though. I mean, if Melissa Thomas on the squad, they're going to be tough. It's just what it is. Jackie Young, then
Yeah,
one of my favorites. How I corral him in. It's like Minaj. I love Nas Hill, man.
yeah.
And Nas out there, they tough, man. Maddie out there balling. Canada, ain't they balling?
Brittany Sykes though,
Oh yes, yeah, for sure. Can't be.
definitely
Brittany
her
Sykes
in the
does it.
MVP conversation and all that. She hooping.
Yeah. Then of course your girl Stewie in the midst sitting prime 8-4, only
Mm-hmm.
a game out at first, to be honest with you, but they've been balling. Um, and of course got my shorty on there, Alicia
Mm-hmm.
Gray. So
Love her.
tough combination right there. Tough combination with just the two of those, and then Virgin them out there doing their thing. But Enrique, tough. These playoffs gonna be fire,
Yep.
fire. Um, it might be easy to say that those top three, somebody in the top three would definitely win it. I'm not counting the Breeze or the Rose out, to be honest with you. How what this thing goes, and if they're going to be the ones they get in, and they're both in good positions, they just can't slip. That 6 through 8 is what's crazy, because you got the Vinyl at 4 and 8, the Hive at 4 and 8, and the Owls at 3 and 9. So this is a super important this week right here. It has to all be on the table.
Yeah, the Owls been a mess. The Lona Owls, they've
Yeah,
been a mess all season just because of injury. Well, not just because of injury, but heavily because of injury though. Um, I don't think they have. I just don't think they have a good team. I just don't think that's a good team across the board. Although it is the Hive that scooped up Azrae, right?
yeah. Asbury
Yeah,
Stevens, she's in the Hive. So it'll be
she
tough.
for at least 4 years, 5 years. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Azrae, every time she got a lot of minutes in the WNBA, like consistently, she'd be getting busy. But then for whatever reason, she would end up on the bench and be like 2 points
Yeah,
here, 4 rebounds. I'm like, she just had 25 and 8. Like, how about she getting 2 and 4? Same with Monique Billings, actually. Same with Monique Billings. She'll give you 15 and 10, and then she'd be on the bench and have 2 and 3. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it kind of goes to the point of everybody can hoop. Everybody
exactly.
can hoop. If they get the
Exactly.
opportunity, they might go crazy.
Yeah, like I say, you see the difference, and it's crazy in the transition. Some of these people, it's 3-on-3 versus what we see in 5-on-5. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Again, I mentioned Aaliyah Ever, like, not that Aaliyah's got, but they can play. But it's just something about this 3-on-3 format, and of
Yeah,
course the 1-on-1. Aaliyah,
wide open.
crazy.
Wide open spaces, man. You one on one, then you got to guard. You got to guard, and um, somebody got to guard you. So you get a chance to get into the bag. When they talk about bag work, when you talk about bag work, like you see NBA players trying to get to their spots.
Yeah.
Um, but I hope that people watch WNBA or Unrivaled or whatever and see WNBA players doing the same thing. Chelsea Gray, she getting to her spot. She want to get to a spot,
Yes.
and it's
Yeah.
gonna be cash. Paige, she getting to her spot. I love to see that. See them work, and and the defenders know it. It's not like they don't know it. They just really can't do nothing about it.
Fire, man. Yeah. Anything else about this season so far that you want to speak on? Anything that might have caught your eye? You thought was
Um,
dope?
I miss Fee. Shout out
Yes.
to the ladies.
Yes.
And thank you to Stewie and Fee for creating this organization to not only supplement income for people, but to also allow people to stay at the crib and not have to go overseas. I forgot who it was. Somebody just pointed out the other day. He was like, but Unrivaled, I wouldn't even be here right now. I'd be wherever,
Mm-hmm.
overseas. I ain't never had to stay overseas for a long period of time or for a season or whatever, but I can imagine not being able to understand everything that everybody's saying or most people are saying. And when the most powerful league that you play in is in your country and now you got to go somewhere else, that seems crazy. It seems crazy to me, but it is what it is. And I'm glad Unrivaled is, like I said, supplementing those incomes and giving these people another place to rock out for real.
When you think about the growth, I see it as growth, and plus he's in great physical shape. The past couple of years, you've seen it, but Aaliyah Boston, man.
Yeah, Aaliyah Boston. Yeah, it's weird because you would see Aaliyah Boston, and your first thought, maybe the last maybe 2 years ago, let's say, when she was a rookie 2 years ago, two. So this is her third or fourth season, third season,
Mm-hmm.
third. Yeah, she'll be going into her
Third.
fourth season in the WNBA this season upcoming. If you go back to her rookie season, if you just look at her, you'd be like, okay, she's a bigger girl, bigger, looks a
Yep.
little heavier. Even then, she was pretty much slim. She's more fit now, but even
Oh,
then, she was pretty much slim. I don't know what it is. Some players just look bigger, but when you see them in regular clothes, they be slim and mug. I'm like, how this don't even make sense? But she's definitely gotten in better condition. She's gotten more consistent from the outside. I mean, she can take you off the dribble. That's how she ended up in the semifinals of the one-on-one joint because
yep.
she's big. She will block your shot. She plays defense, can move her feet, and she can stretch the floor.
Ain't got a little attitude with her now too, like,
Yeah, she a little dirty. She a little dirty. Like
and
she
that
is
that and that
letting
won't
them
hurt
balls
when she
fly
first
free.
got in the league. Like,
Huh? You said that wasn't.
it wasn't really her when she first got in the league. Sometimes she was more of the, you know, that was a foul. This, that was a foul. Why don't you call that? I don't say in a whole lot back to people when somebody say, she might say something and keep it moving. But
Mm-hmm.
now, oh, she with it.
Yeah, she be letting them elbows go, boy. Be letting them
She
just
with
go.
it. Yeah, man. She with it. I think, you know, this is part of her growth and her journey. And also, I don't think it's it hurt a little bit that she cool with Candace Parker either. So they talk on the weekly. They got their show and their podcast, whatever the whole 9 yards. But I don't think having somebody like Candace in your corner hurts anything. So
Right.
yeah, but with it. But yeah, man, I would in my opinion, you did mention Sykes. Um, other than that, to me, when I look at the MVP list right now, these are this is probably the list for me right here. And I think the first two, Chelsea Gray and Paige Beckers, to me, in my opinion, I think are probably leading that thing.
Mm.
But I think everybody on this list, if you really think about their contributions and what they've done, could definitely be in the conversation. Um, but I think for me, 1, 2, and 3 is just how you got it up there. That's how I see it.
You got teammates at the bottom and somebody from a squad that is at the bottom of the league at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not to take away from what she's done in the season,
Yeah,
but I think I don't know. I feel like Brittany said got to be in the mix, like
I
you
agree.
said,
I
just
agree.
because her team is at the top, and yeah, I mean her team is at the top, and she's definitely the one that does all the things in this format.
Agree. I think it's gonna be a tight race. I want to give a crazy shout out though for somebody who's definitely not the MVP, and definitely her squad is is not doing well, sitting at the bottom, which is crazy. But she is the leading scorer in the league,
Mm.
and that's Marina Mabry. Did you realize that?
I'm not surprised. Weren't you averaging like 25 or something crazy like that early
Almost
on?
25, so like 24 some change. I mean, right along. I mean, Paige, Paige and Alicia, they're all up there too. But if you break it down, Mabry is the leading scorer right now.
Yeah, one of my
Yeah,
least
so
favorite players in the league. One of my least favorite. I do not like Marina Mayer at all.
I put you like this. I put you like this. I'm not a big Mabry person. Now, I probably wouldn't mind having her on my squad though. I mean, the way I like to play. I'm just what it is. Like, because one thing about it, I like tough players, right? And a lot of times we get these tough players, especially in the NBA. In the NBA, they tough. They probably a defensive specialist. Probably not somebody that's doing a whole lot. One thing
Yeah.
about her,
Mhm.
she can put the ball in the basket.
True,
You
no
know what I'm
doubt.
saying? So I know she might do a little dirty work, and she is dirty. Sometimes she pisses me off too. But if you gonna come with that, you gotta have you gotta bring something else with you. And I
Right.
know in any given night, if I need her to go out there and put 20 plus on somebody, I know I might can get it from her. So
I'm not mad at that. I get that. I get that. I think
forget
that's
forget
why
forget the feeling.
Connecticut.
Forget the feeling. I'm trying to put some fear in you and win some games. That's what I'm trying to do. Or get you off your game at least.
I think that's why Connecticut locked her in. It was like, nah, you got to stay. I don't care how bad we are. You got to stay. Everybody else gone.
She,
You
and she
stay.
wanted like she wanted to leave. I'm trying to get up. Remember she tried to get out of that?
Let me free. Nope. How about you stay right here?
That's crazy, man. But shout out to these ladies. This last week was going to be a blast. We head down the stretch in the playoff time, man, and I just cannot wait to see how this thing unfolds, man. So um, should be fun.
Indeed.
Should be fun. All right, last up, man. Last up, man. Before we get out of here, we gonna shift it over to some music. On the music front, and one of the things that's been circulating. Um, I'm pretty sure you've heard it because you know some a lot of the hip hop circles that you're in on a weekly basis. I'm just seeing a lot from reading and just things that pop up on my social media feed. But it would be Jay Z,
Hmm.
and there's been some speculation, even dating back to the summer of last year, that Jay Z could be working on a new album. Now he shot it down on a couple of occasions. Even the man Meth Bleak, who we know has gotten heavier in the podcast space over the
Yeah.
past year with his guests, and he was one of the people that was putting it out there at first, but then we also saw that supposedly Jay Z hit him and talking about it ain't true, it's not happening. But more and more things, we heard Alchemist talk about it, we talked a couple other people talk about it, but more and more things are starting to happen now that people think that Jay may be really working on a new album. What you think?
Do I think he is? No. Would I like him to? Yes. Um, I think that would be dope for the culture. But here's the thing: they're not gonna appreciate it if he does. They're not gonna
Preach,
appreciate it.
preach.
And
Yep.
so if he does it, it'll be just for him. It'll be because he wants to. Obviously, I mean, it's gonna be because he wants to anyway. But yeah, there's nothing Jay Z can do or put out that is going to change the course of his history, whether it's respected or neglected or whatever the case may be. It could be, you know, anybody. I don't want to say anybody, but a lot of younger content uh, people and hip hop aficionados tend to not look at older artists as viable. And I've even heard some older people act like older artists. Just stop, bro. Just let the young people let them have it for what? Why? Why is this only in hip hop? Why I've never seen rock people be like, Rolling Stones, let whoever have it. Let
Facts.
Grateful Dead, go home, Grateful Dead. Just stay home. Don't go on tour. Let whoever else have it. No, man. It's always hip hop. But as I've argued many times, or not argued, but stated many times, it is because we've never seen it. We just now these last couple years is the first time we've seen older artists dropping new work on a larger scale. So, with that being done and it not being done before, even when it was done before, it was a lot of times by older artists, which were pre Rakim, pre Nas
Hmm.
artists whose style may not translate as much going forward. Right
Right.
now, you got artists like you got Smith and Wesson who just dropped last year,
Yeah.
um, and they came out in '95. They dropped in 2025. Like you got artists in that age range from upper 40s to lower to mid 50s dropping albums, and the people care. Somebody cares. It's still not everybody. Not everybody cares. I feel like some people are still on some. Yeah, I'm 50. I'm 55 now. I got to listen to R&B. I don't really listen to hip hop no more.
Yeah. Like
Why?
what? That's my thing. I'm telling you, that's crazy.
It's very, very, very odd. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I mean, to each his own. Do what you want to do. But I said this on on a platform a couple weeks ago. I was like, I don't care what none of y'all say. I'm a I'm gonna listen to hip hop because that's what I want to listen to. That's what fuels me, regardless if it's you know drug dealing hip hop or praise the Lord hip hop. It don't matter if if it resonates with me. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna rock with it, and
Yep.
that's just what it's gonna be over here.
Yeah, these people are crazy, man. I never forget. I had a youngin one time, and it's funny you mentioned Smith and Wesson because I was listening to Smith and Wesson at the time, and it was like, oh, he said, man, you still listening to hip hop? I said, yes, and we'll always listen to hip hop. He said, wow. I said, but also let me educate you, youngin. I said, the folks that I'm listening to, it was back in my time, so these people came out in the '90s, right? So, as well, not that I won't listen to a new artist, but I'm just telling
Right.
you. So, this he was like, oh, okay. I don't know if he really cared or not, but it is what it is. But without even thinking, the first thing, you still listen to hip hop? Like, yeah, this is a '90s artist too, but it could be a 2025 artist, 2026 if I feel like listening to it. But
Yeah.
these folks are crazy. This right here, though, the Super Bowl pick right here, and a lot of the photos sparked a lot of conversation too. When people thinking because of the hoodie, the game needs me. Shout out to the old joint from the Izzo joint. People saw that too. They think that's like another hint, or as we say all the time in the over in the geek space a little bit, an Easter egg. You know what I'm saying? Of something to come, something to look out
Hmm.
for. But people saw that on the hoodie as Jay sending a message on the low.
I'll receive the message. The message I took from it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't say that because if it's a new album, I won't be mad at it. But I will be just as excited, even though it would be less. I mean, it would only be 12, 13 minutes. But if he did the Super Bowl next year,
That's what I was getting ready to say.
I would not be mad at that. I would not be mad at it. Shout out to Bad Bunny. That was dope. Not no, I
Yeah,
had no problem with that. Shout out to
yeah.
Kendrick from the year before. Fire. It's been fire performances for the last few years. We had Rihanna. We had Dre and them. Yeah, it's been a good time across the board for the last few years since Jay Z stepped in with the NFL. But we need that Jay Z. Like we got to take it back to New York. Wait, when is
That
the
was,
next New York Super Bowl?
I don't know. Would they have a Super Bowl in New York? Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
mean, if they ain't worried about weather conditions, I'm just curious.
Let's check Super Bowl locations in the future.
I do know when they were talking about, and I meant to throw a picture up the other day when we had the guys on, and the Buffalo situation with the state of their building. And I know there was talks about that, the initial talks about them folks who wanted to have a retractable roof. They wanted to preserve the elements, to be able to have it the way they had it, but to have a retractable roof, which I also think there was some of the conversation. I don't know if you've heard about the Bears talking about building a stadium in Indiana.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday, actually.
Folks, I think Didge and I about a month or two ago were talking about that one time, and they were like the talks, and the folks are mad about that. But yeah, and there was talks about what would they would like to attract the Super Bowl as well. So they were talking about going retractable. I don't know if I want a retractable roof in Buffalo or Chicago.
Right, we need that. We need that.
We need that. And granted, here I am in Virginia saying that, a state with no football team, but I'm just saying.
So it says 2027 is SoFi. So that's in LA, which is crazy because LA's going to get a Super Bowl in 27 and then the Olympics in 28. My goodness.
Man.
Don't move out there, Joe.
I was about to say LA going to be on fire, but that's probably not the right choice of words. LA.
No,
that's my bad. My bad, yo.
He ain't mean it. LA be on fire.
Cuz Julie, I love you, family. I love you. I hope you're not watching this right now. I know you said you check into the SBP, and if you did, I didn't mean that. I really want you to come back home to VA anyway, but you handling business out there, doing your thing. But I worry every time I hear about something out there. But I ain't mean to say that, cuz I really didn't. They won't try to be funny. But yeah, that's crazy.
And then we got back to ATL shelter in 2028. So, and then looks like it was leaning towards
that's a closed stadium. It's
leaning towards Vegas for 29.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, Hov.
To do the New York joint unless they just go ahead and take a chance, spin the wheel and take a chance, and just hope that the weather conditions will be good enough. They don't get no crazy snowstorms and nothing.
Yeah, that ain't happening. So.
Yeah, but you took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say that would be the thing that just flip all of this. Jay points himself to do the Super Bowl, bro.
Yep. Then he pull up, and some people be like, he should just do it by himself. No, he come out that joint, Beyonce pop up, Lenny Kravitz, somebody pop up. Oh my gosh! It would have to be a 26 minute. It would have to be a double. It had to be a double.
I was about to say he's gonna have to get more time.
Yeah, or do a whole concert the day before. Like it got to be something. It got to be something crazy. Jay-Z and Friends, huh? What?
Fire. That would be fire. So yeah, do we need a Jay album? No, we don't need it. I don't think. But do I want it? I do. And you put the album out and just do your work. And when people, like you say, people gonna feel how they feel about it. The thing I hate the most in hip hop is nobody can put out an album now without everybody. You don't have to be on the same page about it, but if you disagree with liking the album, whether or not you like the album or not, like you trash. You know what I'm saying? You're the worst in the world. Like I'm supposed, just because you say the album won't good, you're gonna sit here and try to convince me with everything you got that the album ain't good. Like why do you like it? I like what I like. We going through this now with J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Don't do J. Cole. That's the most trash album ever. But some people think it's one of the greatest. It's Don't try to convince. You like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. But don't sit there and waste your breath and all your Facebook and Twitter fingers trying to convince me for every reason why an album is trash. Are you wasting your time? You dealing with me?
Understood. Me too. I feel the same way.
I ain't gonna give you all the energy. You was gonna keep on typing because I'm gonna listen to what I'm gonna listen to. I'm gonna like what I'm gonna like.
Yep. Hey, Prime. Well, since you mentioned Twitter, should I start a Threads? Is there a point to me having Threads?
I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. I don't even know what Threads. I got Threads. I got on Threads when it first came out. The only time I'm really ever on Threads is when I share sometimes when I share certain things from Instagram, I'll
Mm-hmm.
share the threads. It was like a happy birthday to an artist, or or something like that, or a photo. Um, but I'm not on threads like every day. It's I don't know. Like it's to me, it's not anything on threads like that would make me want to go to it every day. Because
Gotcha.
what I notice,
Okay.
a lot of the same thing that's on people's threads is a lot of stuff that's on their Instagram
Okay.
or whatever. Now you can try it. I just don't know. One thing I love right now. Nicole put me on to well, months ago, like last year, whatever, is Lemonade. I'm not even on Lemonade every day. It's just
Yeah, I'm not.
it's clean. It's just a clean app to me. It's nothing special about it. I put a couple of pictures up there. I might not go back on Lemonade for 2 3 weeks. I'm not on it every day, but I just like
Right.
the look of it. Share a few pictures. People can say, "Well, you got an Instagram." I love Instagram. Not on that every day either, but it's something about Lemonade that's crisp. It sounds for me funny me saying that, but it is. You
Hmm.
know. But as far as threads, I don't. If there's some other meaning to it that I don't know, maybe somebody can tell me, then I might be on it more. But I'm not on it every day.
Okay. I was curious. I'm just trying to make sure I'm covering all the bases. Sometimes you feel like you're not doing all you can do, even if no matter
If
what
you
you're
get
doing,
on it and you find something different, let me know to me. But it's like it automatically adds like maybe people that you follow or you cool with on Instagram. You can set a
hmm.
setting. Next thing you know, it'll say such and such is now following you on Threads. It's the same people that's on Instagram. So I don't know.
So what's the point? Yeah, yeah. That's okay. That's why I never started it because I was like, it's just another thing that's the same as the other thing. So why do it?
Yeah,
But
it
I
didn't.
also see the between threads and then you have the bulletin boards on different apps
Yeah,
now. Two different apps with bulletin boards. I'm like, what is the point of this? Like, am I
yeah,
getting what is the point? I don't know why I would need this or why I would be on somebody else's bulletin board. Like, why would I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, man. I don't know, but like I say, I'm not saying I won't delete it. It's there. I'll go to it. You know, the whole 9 yards. But I just don't. It's nothing about it makes me want to run to it. It doesn't look any
Gotcha.
different from just the look itself. I'll end
Okay.
up on it sometimes. Somebody will. Some people have it tied to certain things on social media, and
Right.
I want to finish reading what they wrote, and I'll click on it. It'll automatically take me
Yeah.
to.
That's what gets me. Because it'll be something that I haven't seen anywhere else. And I'm like, click and then it says threads. And I'm like, I don't care that much to find out. I just won't know. Whatever it is, I'll find out later, I guess.
Yeah, it is what it is. And my man DB chiming in. Yeah, some people tripping. If they don't want new hip hop, don't listen. That's facts.
Hmm.
Facts. Yeah.
And how?
I never want to be in that crowd. Like to see the people, the energy that they waste, man.
Yeah.
Like arguing and convincing people about how good or how trash something is. If I say something trash and you don't agree with me, that's cool. We have a quick conversation, and that's fine. I might not like it, you might like it, but I'm not wasting all that time, bro. Breaking down and such and such said this and this line that. Jay said that something similar 6 years ago. Now J. Cole saying, I ain't got time for all that, bro. I don't.
Which brings up a whole nother point, and I'm just going to mention this real quick. To the people that was mad because J. Cole did the joint backwards, did the song backwards, talking about his life in reverse. Like, oh, he just did what Nas did. One, Nas is his favorite. That's one. Two, Nas did it 25 years ago.
Yeah, yeah,
It's okay. It's okay if he did the same thing. But the real point is, it was, you know, an homage to Nas. It was a dedicated to Nas in theory, as opposed to being like, I just stole Nas's idea and I'm doing the same thing. It's not that. But some people just don't like J. Cole, and some people are still mad that he backed out of the battle or whatever however you want to call
let
it,
it go.
and they're already pushing whatever narrative they want it to be. That's why they don't like the album. That's why they like the album's trash because they're already on that feeling, so they're not letting that go, and then they just adding that to the music, and it is what it is. But that's my thoughts. I'm done now.
You see Jay going back to the spelling of his name, the old spelling
I
of his name.
I saw something about him going back
Mhm.
to a previous name, but I didn't read the article.
Yeah, if I looked at it right, I think it was just when he first started back, like with their presidents and all that. It was spelling his name. I believe the way I have it here, I believe that's what I saw. He's going with the Capitals.
Hmm.
That's what I saw. Now it could be something different.
As opposed to what?
Huh?
As opposed to what?
Well, remember, I know a lot of folks were spelling Jay-Z, and I saw it where they would just spell it. They would never capitalize the A and the Y, or I get to spell it without the with the hype, not the hype.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
So that's what I got out of it. I have to read more into it, but it did pop up on one of the hip hop joints that I was on.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. So we'll see if Jay decides to do something, shocks us with something, whether it gets announced or he pull a Beyonce one night and he's kind of find out he didn't decide to drop an album. At midnight, we ain't know nothing about.
That's what I need.
The surprise.
Because Kendrick just did it, but 2024 in November.
When
he dropped GNX, that jumps out the blue.
Crazy work, man. Shout out to Hov. So we shall see. Anything else we need to hit on before we get out of here today?
No, man. I think we covered more than enough for the people.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I say, we hope everybody's enjoying their day. I'll probably wrapped up and got South Carolina and Ole Miss playing right now. And Michigan and Iowa women on the other channels, a couple other games. So it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. All right. And if you're not watching sports, put your theme together with some movies and run it down. Like I ain't the only one source. I'm gonna tell you, I had one of my customers just yesterday. They came in to pay their bill, and I had a TV on, and it was I forgot what it was, an old movie on one of the stations, and he was like, "Yeah, I just watched Uptown Saturday Night the other day," and I was like, "Did you watch Let's Do It Again?" Yeah, I got to see that. I said, "That's my thing. Usually, if I'm gonna watch Uptown Saturday Night, I'm also watching Let's Do It Again same day."
That's a great combo right there too.
That's my joints right there, man. So I got to put it together, man. Nicole was talking about, we were listening to a couple of songs came on the radio the other day, 2 different songs, and both of them, one of them was Kid and Play, Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody, and we was thinking about, the House Party joint, House Party 2, and then also, Cole, what was the other song? You remember? Can't remember, but another song came on the minute, thinking Kid and Play. So I was like, what's up, man? We're gonna run all the Kid into house parties. At least the first 3. They're gonna run those. That's gonna be a triple feature.
Right.
So it's coming. It's coming. All right. What you got for the people? Anything they need to look forward to before we get out of here?
No. I don't know, man. I'm trying to get Master Ace, man. It ain't working out. I got one more, rod in the fishing reel. I don't know, whatever it's called. Got one more shot because he just said something about just joining, just getting active on TikTok, and he shared a video that was created by Doom the Wiz, who was on Beach Cypher Wednesday. I said, Doom, hit that man up. See if he'll pull up. He knew the TikTok. I mean, where else would he want to be? Then, Beat Cypher Wednesday sessions with Source on Wednesday, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. He should pull up. That's perfect. And then he'll have that TikTok, lore, that vibe, and boom. And then this TikTok go crazy.
We ain't got no luck with Quan yet?
I haven't. I reached out to him one time a while back, maybe even before the album dropped, actually, and he never responded. So I haven't messaged him again since then. I mean, if you want to hit him up, I'm just saying, if you feel a closer connection to Kwame.
Yeah. Well, hopefully get that. All I ask, and I know it's hip hop, but all I ask, if we get so lucky, get him on there. If you ever get so lucky, I don't care if it's for 2 minutes.
I'll bring you up, Brian.
Because I just want to. hip hop question I want to know, but I also just want to ask him a quick question about his collectible. That's all I need to know.
Oh, he'll love that too. He would
I
love
just
that.
I don't need a whole show. I need like 2 minutes. That's all I
Yes,
need.
sir. I'm about
Yes.
that. I'm about that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you already gonna know. So that's done. That's already done. I mean, that's what it is. Lord.
Appreciate you, DB. As always, my man. As
Yes,
always.
sir.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you,
you,
man.
DB,
No
kicking it
doubt.
with us.
No doubt. No doubt. But yeah, check out the hit that Amazon Prime for that Soul Power though, DB, for sure. I know you say you're gonna check it. Let me know what you think about it once you get through it, man. I can't wait to get back in there and finish up these episodes myself, but it's all good. All right. But this is the SBP. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Me and my man Source, man. We man, you ever so grateful to have y'all do that. Um, with us, man. We're here most Sundays, 11 a.m. ish, right now for your sports, hip hop, television, and movies. We got a lot of things popping off. We got a lot of time to waste before the NFL gets here. So we're gonna continue with the sports, but we also got some TV and movies that we'll incorporate on some of the podcasts. Mixed in, and some of them might be standalone. So we gonna mix it up a little bit, but we cannot wait. But until next time, your boys are out of here. Y'all have a great Sunday.
Peace.